Welcome back, Stealth Whale here. It's been a while, but I'm finally here with a huge content update for the Ben 10 vanilla mod. We now have 11 aliens completely revamped with new abilities and textures. I've also transferred all of the one commands into function files, which should make it easier for you guys to install into your world. So if you want to download this into your world to try it out, you first have to download the resource pack that can be found in the description of this video. Once you've done that and applied that into your resource packs folder, you then have to download the functions folder that's also in the description of this video. From there, you have to type %appdata% if you're on a PC and open up your .minecraft folder. From there, navigate to your saves folder and select the world that you want to put the mod into. Then click on the data folder and drag in the functions folder and replace the one that already exists there. And from there, you just have to go into your world and type /give your username COMM and then just press tab to get yourself a command block and plop it down and then paste in the super long command that's also in the description of this video. And once you've done that, you're ready to become Ben 10. Do just make sure that you install the one command after you have already put the function folders into your world, because it'll screw up initializations if you do it out of order. To summon the omnitrix, you first have to create an intergalactic beacon, and you can do that by dropping a beacon, redstone dust, and an emerald on the ground. And from there, you can right click to place the intergalactic beacon, and a meteor will fall from the sky carrying the omnitrix. While you have the omnitrix, you can right click at any time to open up the user interface. If you click on this first button right here, you'll transform into a random alien. And once you're in an alien form, you can stay there for about 2 minutes, after which you'll time out. Once you time out, you have to wait about 20 seconds before your omnitrix will recharge and you can use it again. So if you don't want to turn into a random alien, you can click this arrow to select any alien you want. There are 11 aliens in total. So let's start from the beginning with heatblast. Heatblast's first ability is his fiery aura that will set mobs around him on fire and light the blocks underneath him on fire every once in a while. Heatblast's next ability is his fireball, which you can use by right clicking. And Heatblast also has a flamethrower, which you also use by right-clicking, and it'll launch a volley of flames in the direction you're looking. If you sneak while you're Heatblast will actually absorb heat from his environment to charge up for an explosion. So if you press Shift, the more flames around you, the faster you'll charge up for a massive explosion. Sneak, it'll charge up, and boom, there's a massive explosion. Heatblast can also turn blocks underneath him into meteors to surf on. And if you sneak and look straight down, you'll transform the block underneath you into a meteor. And it doesn't work on all blocks, just stone types and dirt stuff that he could pull up out of the ground. And then Heatblast can surf. And he moves faster in this mode, and you can sneak to go down and jump to go back up. And at any time, if you want to stop riding the meteor, you can sneak and look straight down. Next up, fourarms. Fourarms' first ability is his strength. He's much stronger than most of the other aliens, and he has resistance as well. Fourarms can also leap, and you can do that by holding right click and looking in the direction you want to leap in. And you'll leap towards your enemies, and if you make contact with them, you'll damage them. So it's really good for attacking, coming in, and then following up with some punches. Fourarms can also charge up for a mega jump by pressing Shift and then jumping immediately afterwards. And if you look, his XP bar actually goes up, and depending on how long you charge up for by sneaking, you'll jump higher. So you can just do a small jump, or if you charge up all the way, you can do a massive jump. And this actually partners really well with his next ability, which is a seismic slam. So at any time while you're in the air, you can press Shift and you'll fall towards the ground faster. And when you hit the ground, you'll slam into it and create an explosion. forearms can also pick up and throw mobs by sneaking next to them to pick them up on top of them, and then right-clicking to throw them.
It's time to accelerate.
Accelerate's main ability is his speed, and he moves at a moderate pace but gets an insane speed boost once he starts sprinting. And Accelerate will also automatically hit entities that he runs through, just like that. And Accelerate can also punch incredibly fast because he has haste. Accelerate can also create a tornado by spinning around in a circle that will levitate mobs around it up into the air. Accelerate can also slow down time by sneaking, causing all of the entities around it to move slower, including falling slower. When sprinting, Accelerate also has step assist, so he can go up any one block high gaps automatically, and Accelerate can also run on water.
Get ready for ripjaws.
Ripjaws can't breathe air, so he can't stay out of water for long before he starts to get debuffs like slowness and wither. And eventually, if Ripjaws doesn't get water, he'll die. When on land, Ripjaws can leap by quickly pressing the sneak button to gain a short speed boost or jump boost. Once Ripjaws gets in the water, he'll start swimming with this cool animation, and he'll get a bunch of buffs, including regeneration, speed, strength, and resistance. Ripjaws is extremely powerful underwater, and the same leap ability above water will now cause you to gain a speed boost underwater. Pressing shift will allow you to leap out of the water as well. Ripjaws can stay out of water indefinitely when it's raining outside, making him a formidable force on land.
Don't be scared. It's just Ghostfreak.
During the nighttime, when Ghostfreak is most powerful, he's always floating, and you can control moving up or down by sneaking and either looking up or down. Ghostfreak also has the ability to transform into an intangible state by looking straight up. While in the intangible state, Ghostfreak is mostly invisible aside from a spectral image, and passing through mobs will give them blindness, wither, and slowness. The state only lasts for a few seconds before you have to wait for it to recharge, as signified by that little particle ding. While you're in this state, you can also completely pass through blocks and actually possess mobs by left-clicking on them and then pressing shift. While you're possessing a mob, you are completely invulnerable. You will also inherit some of the abilities of your host. For example, possessing a zombie will give you strength. Ghostfreak can also inherit the abilities of other mobs, such as a witch's potions, a spider's speed, or pressing sneak to cause a creeper to explode. But be warned, when your host dies, you'll be ejected from its body and be vulnerable once again. If you ever want to leave the intangible state early, you can look straight down to become tangible again. And if you want to stop possessing a mob, you can just look straight down as well. Ghostfreak's powers are much weaker during the daytime compared to the nighttime. First of all, when Ghostfreak leaves the shade, he will start to burn because he's weak to sunlight. To stay alive during the day, Ghostfreak either has to find cover in a house or underground, or find a host mob to possess that will keep him safe. Ghostfreak's floating is also weaker during the day. He's forced to walk on the ground most of the time, and he can still float by pressing sneak, but it's much weaker. The period of time that Ghostfreak can become intangible is also halved compared to the nighttime. Ghostfreak can survive during the day when it's raining, much like Ripjaws.
Destroying the diamond monopoly, it's Diamondhead.
Diamondhead has full armor points and regeneration, allowing him to regenerate body parts. He can also launch diamond fragments out of his hands that will deal a little bit of damage to enemies. Diamondhead can also transform his hand into a diamond blade, which is essentially a diamond sword. Diamondhead can also summon a protective diamond around him by sneaking and looking straight down, and the diamond will stay summoned around him as long as he's sneaking, and when you release sneak, the diamond will disappear. This and many other of Diamondhead's abilities only work while he's in contact with the ground, because that's where he gains his power from, summoning diamonds from the ground. Diamondhead can also build barriers by using his block, and he can build them physically by right-clicking, but he can also build them by dropping it and having a diamond be summoned from the ground. This ability can also be used while moving to create a variety of different types of walls, including staircases. This works in all 4 directions. Diamondhead's next ability is surfing on a path of diamonds that's activated by looking straight down and then running. This ability will only last for around 15 seconds before it'll run out, so you can't just bridge infinitely, and get a speed boost while you're doing it. Diamondhead can also summon diamonds wherever he looks by selecting the diamond burst item. Wherever you look, there will be a target highlighted area where the diamond will be summoned, and you can right click to summon the diamond. Diamondhead can also use this ability to summon diamonds directly underneath himself to get up to higher areas. If you use this correctly, this skill can also be used to damage mobs by trapping them inside of diamonds, although it's a little bit tricky sometimes. If you want to degenerate the diamonds, you can press shift to activate the degeneration mode, and now when you right click, it will actually cause the diamonds to disappear. While you're playing around with Diamondhead, you might notice that a lot of diamonds end up getting summoned, and they will actually automatically degenerate as you move out of the area. There is around a 50 by 50 block radius in which the diamonds will stay, and after you leave that area, they'll degenerate. But if you want to get rid of the diamond blocks in your immediate vicinity, you can break them using your diamond pickaxe, or if you drop the pickaxe, it will delete all of the diamond blocks around you.
Do you smell that? It's wildmutt.
Wildmutt's vision is different from every other alien's. Instead of seeing with his eyes, he sees with his nose, and it translates into something that acts a little bit like infrared vision, where he can just see the outlines of all the mobs and players around him. Wildmutt has incredible speed, jump boost, strength, and resistance, and can also dig incredibly fast due to his strong claws. Pressing shift will cause Wildmutt to dash, giving him a short speed boost. You will have to wait a little while for it to recharge, as signified by the little ding and particles that just happened right there. Wildmutt can also climb by jumping and then pressing shift.
Ugh, I definitely smell stinkfly.
Stinkfly is a pretty simple alien, but he's a lot of fun to play around with. If you right click the arrow in your first slot, you'll get a boost up into the air, and from there you can press space again to deploy your wings. While you're in the air, you can right click the arrow in your first slot to get a boost, and if you ever want to slow down, you can sneak to come in for a nice and slow landing. Sneaking while you're in midair and pressing space will actually allow you to hover in midair as well. In Stinkfly's second slot, he can fire goo balls that will poison and slow enemies they hit. Stinkfly can also perform a tail whip by hitting with the item in his third slot.
Look out! Here comes Cannonbolt!
Normally, Cannonbolt is kind of slow and awkward, but once things get rolling, he'll start moving really fast, and although it's difficult to control, he'll actually collide with anything he hits and create an explosion. It's a lot of fun to ride around with. While Cannonbolt is rolling, he has more armor than normal, so he'll take less damage. Be warned, Cannonbolt still can die from hitting too many things and creating too many explosions.
Bringing the brains, it's greymatter.
Greymatter doesn't have the combat advantage that a lot of the other aliens have, but he does have quite a bit of agility. Greymatter can perform a double jump by just holding down the spacebar, and this will allow him to reach new heights. If you don't want to do a double jump, you can just do a normal jump and nothing will happen. You just have to hold it down to get the double jump. Greymatter can also climb walls by jumping and then pressing sneak to climb up, much like Wildmutt can. Greymatter also has the ability to fit through 1 block high gaps because he's so small. And you can activate that by sneaking to go down to a size of 1 block high and then just crawl through. Greymatter excels at making traps and redstone contraptions, using all of the items in his inventory.
It's about time for an upgrade.
In his normal form, Upgrade has a few abilities. The first of which is him being able to move incredibly quickly through redstone wire. When Upgrade's not upgrading anything, he can regenerate his body parts. Upgrade also has a laser, which can be activated by right-clicking in his first slot. If you hit something with your target, you'll target them, and they will eventually be targeted by a guardian that will attack them with a laser. And you don't even have to be looking at them, the guardian will automatically attack and then kill them. You can only have one mob targeted at a time, so if you want to stop targeting one mob to look at a different one, you can look straight down to remove all of your targets. Upgrade can also turn his body into a glider and glide down towards the ground. These are all of the different blocks and entities that Upgrade can upgrade. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. To upgrade something, you just have to stand on top of it and then press sneak, and you'll start upgrading the block. When you upgrade something, you'll inherit some of its powers. For example, this slime block will give you jump boost. If you want to stop upgrading the block, you can sneak and look straight down to return to your upgrade form. Upgrading a furnace will light all mobs around you on fire and allow you to shoot fireballs. Upgrading a note block will allow you to emit a sonic wave by holding sneak. It'll charge up and then launch all mobs around you really far away. It'll take a few seconds to recharge and then you can do it again. Upgrading an observer block gives you radar, allowing you to see in the dark and see the locations of all of the players and entities in a 150 block radius. Upgrading a brewing stand will give you access to a bunch of potions, including a dark curse potion that will give nausea and blindness, a resistance potion, a levitation potion, and your standard regen, swiftness, slowness, health, damage, and poison. You can throw the potions, and then every 15 seconds or so, the potions will be restocked into your inventory. Upgrade can upgrade a dispenser to become a turret. While Upgrade's in his turret form, he can't jump or move, but you can right click while holding the bullet to deal a ton of damage to anything in its line of sight. When Upgrade upgrades a piston, he'll gain the ability to launch himself into the air by pressing sneak. In this upgraded piston form, Upgrade can launch mobs incredibly far away as well. Upgrade can upgrade an anvil to gain a bunch of armor and resistance as well. But as a downside to this, Upgrade moves really slowly while in an anvil form. But if you manage to get somewhere high, you can jump off and then press sneak to fall faster towards the ground, and when you hit the ground, you'll create a huge explosion. Upgrade can upgrade a minecart to become a tank. While Upgrade's in his tank form, he has a little bit of armor, but he's also slower than normal. But if you hold right click in your first slot, you'll charge up to launch a tank bullet. It will explode on impact with any entity or wall. It's extremely powerful and can insta-kill a lot of mobs. Upgrade can upgrade a boat to become a submarine. While Upgrade's a submarine on land, he'll move slowly. But once he gets into the water, he'll start moving much faster. And he'll get water breathing and night vision, allowing him to explore the depths of the ocean. Because iron golems are made of metal, Upgrade can upgrade iron golems to become a super mech. In the super mech form, Upgrade is really tall, and he looks super cool too. Upgrade gets a ton of armor from being in a mech suit, and if you press sneak, you'll use your jetpack to go up higher. But be warned, there's limited charge, so your jetpack will run out. The mech suit is really slow, but you can right click in your first slot to launch a pump. Upgrade can upgrade an enchanting table to become a mega turret. This turret shoots out lasers similar to the ones Upgrade can do in his normal form, but it automatically targets mobs and it can target multiple mobs. You may have noticed that a lot of the items that greymatter gets in his inventory correspond directly with the items that Upgrade needs to upgrade, meaning these two work really well together. If you ever forget what the abilities of a particular alien are, you can open up your inventory and there are all these helpful little papers that will tell you the abilities of the alien. If you're getting tired of timing out when you don't want to and having to wait for the cooldown for the omnitrix, you can stand on top of a beacon to activate Master Control. With Master Control enabled, you can transform into any alien, and to de-transform back into your human form, you need to shift and look straight up. From there, there's no cooldown and you can immediately transform again. If you want the challenge of not having Master Control, you can stand on top of a redstone block to deactivate Master Control. And if you want to get rid of the omnitrix entirely, you can stand on top of a redstone block, look down, and sneak. Well, that's just about everything in the mod. If you've made it this far into the video, thanks for sticking around. I didn't originally plan for the video to be quite this long, but there was just so much content and I wanted to cover it all. This mod has grown so much over the past couple of years, and although I mostly work by myself, There's no way I could have made anything this big without the help of a lot of talented individuals in the community. First of all, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I hit 10,000 subscribers a couple months ago, and I haven't released a special for it. This is my kind of like my 10,000 subscriber special, but really, thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you who supports the channel. It means so much to me that you like and appreciate the stuff I make. I also want to thank my beta testing team on Discord. They did a great job of finding all of the bugs, and hopefully the result will be a much less buggy version. I know a lot of my previous creations have been quite buggy. Hopefully this will be a new normal. I just want to say thank you to Novoska Plays, Fizzy Chicken, and DimG for either making me models or letting me use their models in this video. They're responsible for the reason the mod looks so cool. All the links to their channels will be in the description of this video. And also, thank you to you for taking some time out of your day to watch what I made. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to support the channel. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys next time.